So this is my Rhino 2020 turbine. This engine was made between 1951 to 1954. So right now I'm going to oil it. So in order to actually maintenance this type of engine, most Rhino engines you would actually oil it from the motor, but this one you would have to take apart. So what you're going to do is it's 2 screws back here. So let's take these 2 off. Gonna take this one off. Sway to the side. Same one on this side. And take that off as well. Same exact screw. So if when you pin it back together, it doesn't matter which one you pin on. As long as you make sure you put these screws in the back of it, and then there's a screw in the front as well. Now I'm going to turn this around. And then there's going to be a screw right here in the front of the engine. So you can take that off too. As you can tell, this is much smaller compared to the other ones. Now, usually when I take this engine off, I never take it off the top from the bottom. So what I'm going to do is put it back upright. I'm going to take the shell off. When you take the shell off, there's a wire that connects to the front boiler cover. So honestly, probably should have took the front boiler cover off first. So this, you just pop it off, and then just pop the light bulb off. If I can do it. It's in there pretty good. Then pop that off. Spin it to the shell. There you go, so you don't accidentally pull it off while you're doing it. There are different variations. There's an early version from 1947, 1948 that actually had a different unit and different motor. The early version did not have, it had an E unit, but it did not have a switch on top like this one does. Also, the older version as well has a different smoke unit. It actually does not have a smoke unit like this. It would have a smoke unit that the light bulb would actually heat up the smoke element, which those are models 671 and 681. I believe 671 was the only version with the bulb smoke unit. It's very different compared to this one. So this is the motor. These type of motors were used in different engines. Very similar type of motor used in Rhino GG1, which was a electric type of locomotive, and then also in my Santa Fe's, except the ones in my Santa Fe's are much older compared to this one. My Santa Fe's are from 1948. Entirely different motor. So this type of motor actually, if I took this off, This is just a covering. There's actually a gear here, and you put lithium grease or oil. That would turn the gears down here. Now to actually oil the engine, there's actually a hole right here, and that's where you would put the oil in. It's kind of hard because there's so many wires near it. So you gotta be careful you don't get it on the wires when you're trying to oil it. But yeah. The other engines, the older versions, which I would love to find a 671 variation of this engine at some point to add to my collection, actually had a motor that went straight like this. So the motor would be straight and not tilted down. It had a entirely different gear system. I'm not sure if it's actually better than this one. But it certainly is different. So I would take my oil here and just put a couple drops in. It's, like I said, it's very hard because of where it is. Not the best spot. Just, I'd put like 2-3 drops in. And that's really all. It's very simple, and then you would just put the cover back on and put the screws back in.